Will artificial intelligence help or destroy Philippines' economy? Seen many articles online talking about how AI will soon replace call center jobs. How much truth is there to this? If Filipino call center agents are out of work soon, do you think the Philippines economy will start to crumble, and will this harm expats? Of course, it will crumble. I don't see how it can harm expats. One thing I want to be very clear: Filipino customer service agents have very little room to make any decisions. Any of their knowledge can easily be stored in artificial intelligence. Whatever they are telling you, a computer will tell you much better with a more understandable accent. So it's not like when you call most of these customer service agent individuals, they can hear you and sympathize with you and actually try to assist you. They're simply reading or following guidelines, which can easily be taught to any AI. Let's not forget this. It's not like most customer service agents abroad, where if you tell them a sob story, they may have some wiggle room to waive certain fees or do something to reduce the interest or whatever. Let's say if it's a call center agent trying to deal with your credit card. But in the Philippines, as we all know, Pinoys have zero, I'm talking zero capability to do anything on their own. They will have to escalate the matter, ask a supervisor, or have someone else come tell you the same thing the first individual said. Afro Manila said it started hitting the BPO sector last year. This year is even worse. Most low-level tasks can be done by AI, but human staff is needed to more intricate activities. The number of people working directly and indirectly in the BPO sector, defaulting on loans, foreclosed properties, job applications, and people leaving in search of other jobs in other countries have shot up this year. The news will not accurately report this for obvious reasons. AI has created a need for more highly skilled staff, and that is where there's some growth in the Philippines. We work with large corporations, with BPO operations, and I can tell you right now, low-level jobs have been disappearing. It makes sense for any profit-driven organization to do so. Because job dropping remaining jobs are seeing salaries being reduced because there's an abundance of capable applicants. Even the job market in Dubai, that employs a lot of people in outbound customer support roles, is experiencing a massacre where companies are now paying way less for new jobs than they previously did. As long as people upskill, there will always be jobs. Correct. This is extremely accurate. Everything this person says, and it looks like they work in this industry, so they know what they are talking about. I honestly hope it does, says Kato. Nothing gets my blood boiling more than hearing a Filipino accent answering my customer service call. It's a knee-jerk reaction because it just means more problems will be, and my problems will never be solved. And all I'd get is words like, I totally understand how you feel. Sorry, sir, and robotic politeness. I don't give a fuck if you're polite or not. Cuss me out if you want, but solve my problem. I'm not onion-skinned. This is not a sentiment that spontaneously occurred. It's the inevitable result acquired from over a decade of heartaches. Why is it that when my call is routed to another country, Malaysia, Thailand, Colombia, Egypt, Hungary, the UK, and the US, and yes, even India, which I used to dread before, the problem will be solved swiftly and efficiently, like literally within a couple of minutes. Yet, the same problem, when the call is routed to the Philippines, it would literally take hours, and at the end, nowhere. Nothing. Nothing is solved. Like, really, why? Well, that's easy. You're talking to Pinoys. We all know how slow they can be. Kato continues by saying, you can't have people that grow up with zero concept of customer service the world. Makes no sense. Filipinos are good in jobs that require no critical thinking or problem-solving tasks, simple 1, 2, 3 tasks, with no possibilities of aberration. Customer service, where a customer comes in with a problem, for them to comprehend and solve is just too complex. So yes, good riddance. My experience with AI is so much more zenful. I'm not a saint to prioritize strangers over my money and time and sanity. especially when they could care less about me anyway. Yes, they are all robots. That's exactly correct. It feels like you're talking to a machine anyways, but they have no knowledge to solve your problems. Interpec says AI is going to affect white-collar jobs across the board. Call center will be essentially unrecognizable soon, much faster than people think. It will hurt the Philippines because there's a zero forward thinking on any of the 7,700 plus islands. They can't domestically ramp up manufacturing without more foreign investment. AI will have dramatic impact on the economy. I agree. Many people think it will not happen. They think that human interaction is required. But you are speaking from a sentimental point of view. You're speaking from your emotions. Do not forget, money is the root of everything. It's driven organizations and even people. So where there's money to be made, that's where the industry will go. AI will save lots of labor costs, and therefore everything will lead that way. Plus, it will be more efficient. It will disrupt economies, says Sansucci, worldwide, but they will adjust like any kind of machine. AI will eliminate current jobs, but will allow greater efficiency and productivity, lowering the effort required so far. Call centers have been a short-term boom for the Philippines, but a long-term setback. While they have brought in a ton of money, they have done so by pulling prospective professionals into a job that is seen as menial in the countries they serve. They have especially allowed out the ranks of English teachers, but I've also met call center operators who were trained as engineers, computer scientists, accountants, and other major who chose to make quick money and never started their own career. I think the long run, the automation of customer service will be a net gain for the Philippines. Jingli says, the thing with AI, there's no empathy. AI won't care about your hardship story and why you need to spend the last amount knowing you had a deposit coming. So just waive the service charge. Explore response. I think it will learn patterns and you won't know the difference in the end. It will answer questions quicker and more accurately. It's happening fast, I'm afraid, and for pennies even compared to the Philippine rates. Amernoy says, to be honest, many call center agents based in the Philippines have no sympathy or empathy. Don't get me wrong, they do help and are very courteous, but that is where the empathy ends. This boils down to relate to our issues in the States, which cannot be taught in the training and requires experience to grasp. A common example would be request leniency, or some companies also call forgive payment. Essential, you explain you were late for your payment. Reason could be you're tired to make a payment one day before due, but the system would not accept your payment. The U.S. call center agent would say, I understand your situation, and either understand and waive the fee. The Filipino call center agents act like they are based in the U.S. and have no clue what life is like here. They often act like they are calling from the U.S. This person could not organize their thoughts, but they do understand what they're trying to say. It goes back to the sympathy and empathy situation. How can they relate to you if they never lived that or experienced that? So they don't know. Not only that, they have no authority to make basic decisions. They cannot simply waive a late fee or another fee because they're scared of losing their job. Do you think the Philippines economy will get damaged by the rise of AI, or do you think it's not going to make any effect? Thanks for watching. God bless.